Oh, what? No. Oh. I thought this was another Drewski skit. This is Representative Kat Kamek, Florida, at the Young Republicans Convention in Dallas, Texas. It's him though, right? Is it? I don't even know. I have no idea.
You! Fuck you! This is what I serve my fucking country for! Freedom of speech, you piece of shit!
Feel free to leave.
I'm a constituent. Answer the question.
If you're going to act like that, then you've interrupted repeatedly. Hey, we're just going to wait until you're done.
Answer the question. Freedom of speech,
That's
dude.
freedom of speech. Let him stay.
Let him stay. Let him stay. Let him stay. Let him stay. Let him stay.
Jesus and I discussing if I should get into heaven.
All the time you were talking about dirty fucking Jews. All the fucking time. Dirty fucking Jews, dirty kites, dirty dustbin lids. You want to talk about not getting into places, yeah?
Everybody makes fucking jokes. I didn't know you had no sense of humour.
All the time you were talking about dirty fucking Jews. All the fucking time. Dirty fucking Jews, dirty kites, dirty
Everybody
dustbin
makes
lids. You want to talk
jokes.
about not getting into...
The U.S. doesn't want peaceful reunification, but maybe they're too busy right now. Good one. True. China should own everything. Yes. If Hassan honestly starts getting pushback in like the media environment, oof, it's going to be hard for him because he fucking is full retard when it comes to actually messaging on any of this shit.
Has he been like... What's the word? Has he been faltering at all with all the pushback he's been getting recently, or has he been riding the wave pretty easily?
I mean, it
don't
depends on
want
how
to
you
stream,
say. It depends on what you're defining as success or falter.
Mm-hmm.
For him, he just wants attention, so it's going to come down to how well is he managing his mood, like his emotions, and then how well is he building his clout. I can't tell if his clout is increasing or decreasing right now. Like, he's getting more name recognition, but there's probably some people now that are wanting to keep their distance. Like, Hassan 1,000,000,000% wanted to do, like, regular content with Mamdani. Like, he was expecting that to happen, and that's not happening, so that's...
Well, no, Mamdani denounced him on fucking stage, too.
Sure, yeah, but even, like, more recently, it's just been a lot of... obviously, there's a lot of heat relating to his stuff.
Yeah.
Emotionally, I don't know. It seems like he's lashing out more, but it's impossible for me to know because I don't watch his streams regularly. I just get like clips and stuff, so it's possible that people are just clipping stuff that make him look bad, so it's hard to say. But yeah, he's pretty...
Yeah, it seems like Mamdani doesn't want to do anything public with him. Which is smart.
Yeah. New Arc Raiders content tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Can we send links? Link away. How my husband loads the dishwasher. Is he retarded? If he's retarded, this is okay. But like, it's a dishwasher.
There is a correct way to load a dishwasher.
Okay, whatever that correct way
in
is.
comparison to this, yeah.
It's not even remotely close to this, but...
No, this is retarded. I mean, I've loaded the dishwasher like this once, but it's because like I had like 2 fucking cups and like 2 plates. And I was like, well, fuck it. Let me just clean them.
Wait,
This is not
are all
correct.
dishwashers not the same? Or if you have stuff that's angled up, isn't there just going to be a pool of yucky water in it?
Yes, depending on if it has like a slant on it.
So
But
there's
yes,
no
normally,
reason
yeah.
ever to load it like with your cups up like this. Like it should all at least be facing down, right?
No, this guy's retarded.
Okay.
You know what Canada has? Fucking
what?
amazing for dishwashers.
Oh boy.
You see at the bottom of that picture that you just had how there's like a place for the forks and the knives, basically. Mm-hmm. A lot of Canadian dishwashers at the top level, they have a third level where it's just like a pull out that you pull it out and then you can slot all your knives in like horizontally and all your forks and stuff. It's like a little rack for them.
Yeah.
It's 10
American
out of 10.
dishwashers have this too sometimes. I think people
Are they
just
getting
don't,
them?
I just think people don't know that they're up there. Like mine has it, but I don't know if anybody that's ever been here before knows it because I noticed nobody else uses it. Yeah.
I'd never seen that before in my life before moving to Canada, so.
Well, I don't think they have
It's fucking
ultra
10.
special dishwasher technology that's inaccessible to us. So inaccessible,
Well,
unaccessible.
maybe it's just because I'm hanging out with all the fucking richies in Canada. Everybody up here has a $10 billion
fucking
house.
candidates,
so
right?
Maybe that's what
and
it was.
we have had candidates for like the last decade that we're trying to fucking prop up that are more reflective and more responsive to the needs of the base. And all of a sudden, they're freaking the fuck out. Why are they freaking the fuck out? I thought you didn't want me to. I thought you were saying. I
Family
thought
emergency, but started
that,
streaming the next day.
about the elections. We don't care about the Democratic Party. Clearly, we do. We want something to change. Right? It's so strange. I mean, it's expected, but it's just like so self-defeating, and they're not stopping. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't recognize that this is like not going to work out, right?
Like the reason why I hate people like Trump and Hassan, the reason why I hate politics right now is just that nothing is about like the stuff. It's all about like these dumb peripheral things that have nothing to do with like this is so boring. Like
Nothing's like actually about policy or anything.
no, nothing is about it. It's all just retarded shit. So like you have Israel Palestine, okay? And we can have like if we say this is like policy, like this environment right here, the policy environment is super, super, super rich for conversation. There's a lot of stuff we could talk about in terms of what should Israel do, what should we do with regards to Israel, how should we leash them, like we are even debating the history of everything, whatever. There's a ton of stuff in here to talk about. But instead, when you get people like the Trump types or the Hassan types that look at this, they go, okay, this guy came out and he said that he wants to remain militarily tied to Israel, but he wants to put restrictions on them. Oh, that guy's AIPAC funded. That's the conversation. Oh, that guy's a Zionist. That's the conversation. Oh, that guy's Islamophobic. That's the conversation. Oh,
Yeah,
this
nothing's
guy's
actually about
like
policy.
nothing. There's never, ever, you never touch this. You never, ever have a conversation here. This is why people like Hassan are cancer and Trump are cancerous to public discourse, is because you will never, ever touch this. So all of our conversations come down to whether or not somebody is too AIPAC funded, whether or not they're a Zionist shill, whether or not they just hate Muslims, whether or not they're a warmonger, like whether or not they're Western imperialist, like anti-brown, like it's just so, oh my God, it's so fucking boring. It's so boring.
I mean, I think it also has infested our actual representatives because all they fucking talk about now is that shit too.
Well, because Trump does it too, right? I don't
Yeah.
think Hassan is the only person. Trump pushes this model as well, and it's just so fucking boring.
The most centrist candidate, but like
Like, even the way he talks about candidates is so fucking brain brokenly retarded. Like, the issue is, like, if these progressive people wanted to come out and they wanted to push for candidates in areas where they thought they could be competitive, or they wanted to push the Democratic Party in a way that they thought could make the Democratic Party be more competitive nationwide, that pushes them towards even an agenda that they want, like, what does the electorate think? Like, what kind of candidates work in what kind of areas? Like, it's never about that. It's just about the destruction wholesale of the entire Democratic Party. And if somebody's not on board with you, it's because they're AIPAC funded. It's because they're a Zionist. It's because they're Muslim hater. It's because they're racist. It's because they're classist. It's like there's never any engagement on any of the topics at all. And it's so boring. It lends itself to so much stupidity and so many of these fucking retards like Emma and Sam and Hassan and all these people. Ugh. So why don't you do the non-boring stuff? Because nobody else will. Nobody wants to debate or have any conversation topics on this. Fucking Constantine fucking blocked me. He was so ass-pained about our debate in London. Nobody wants to have these conversations. So they'd rather go on Joe Rogan and circle jerk about how brave and centristy they are, and then bring on Dave Smith for the 50 millionth conversation to talk about how this ex-CIA guy said everything is like the Iraq War, and then condemn Trump but still support him. And it's just all the most retarded conversation possible. All of it is.
I mean, think about the way that they are like attacking Plattner too. Everybody in the party put all of their weight.
Well, hold on.
Wait, what is
the
this?
Plattner stuff actually looks pretty fucking retarded. Have you seen it at all?
I dug into it a bit and it looked dumb, but I mean, like, as long as he's
it looks sussy.
Like,
yeah.
you're talking about where he got kicked out for the tattoos and everything, right?
Yeah, 'cause he had a literal Nazi tattoo, and unless you actually live under a fucking rock, I mean, I think anybody could tell you that it was a Nazi tattoo. However, I mean, I hope the guy's turned a quote unquote new leaf, etc. I hope he was just a retard, but I think Hassan here just being like, look at how they go after Plattner, blah blah blah, is pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if like if it was anybody else, they would be mining this dude's past like crazy and attacking them. But because he's on their team, they should just
Can you imagine if this was just like a normal Democrat? They would be fucking losing their minds.
Of course, of course.
On stream for 15 hours a day, like. But because they're like kind of on their side, they're willing to let anything go. It's mind-numbingly retarded.
Yep. Good memes.
Okay. They don't want more Zoran-style candidates to prop up, not because they're afraid that this is going to...
Like this brain dead talking about Zoran-style candidates. Zoran is the mayor of New York City, bro. Not every district, not every office is voted on by people. But it's this mindset that they've had for like 5 years, I've called this out, where in their mind, every single person is a progressive. Well, now for Hassan, every single person is a socialist. They just either don't know it yet, or their vote is being suppressed, or they're being propagandized by the other side, or like that's always the case, or the DNC is against them.
Show that the government can be good. And this will force all of these other Democrats in the party to also start doing their fucking jobs. And they don't want to do that. They want to collect checks.
Like this is such a retarded
candidates, but they can use Hassan's unpopularity to sink candidates with constant TV ads and slop. Hassan's unpopularity is fucking ridiculous. Why are you... Dude, god damn, brother. Literally, my worst fucking fan. I swear to God. You have just seen... You have literally seen in the last week that this is unbelievably unpopular. Okay? Unbelievably fucking unpopular. And you're a 59-month subscriber... interpreting this situation as though it's like even in any way, shape, or form successful. It literally failed with Zoran.
Like,
God,
him acting like Zoran's campaign was all about his association with Hassan. Like, it's so delusional.
Didn't
and it's
this
so
retard join at the end?
I mean, like, I think I interviewed him once before. He had the opportunity to do another one, but he skipped out on it because he didn't want to miss his stream. And then, but now he's trying to claim that basically he's the one who got Zoran elected. Like, unironically, he wants to push that narrative so fucking hard. Yeah, it's just so fucking cringe. Ugh, I hate politics right now. It's so boring. What'd you go over today?
So,
how was ever some of it?
I watched some politics shit. I mean, it wasn't... nothing really happened. Literally nothing really happened today. KKK Levitt came up and she dodged any question that had any semblance of a hardness to it, and then answered all the dick sucks. I mean, I feel like her press conferences are getting more retarded. I don't know if she's got like more baby brain going on. Or what,
I mean, at some point, you're tasked with defending like the impossible. What the fuck do you even say?
I mean, Trump's talking about bombing more desalinization plants. I mean, I
don't know what that means when he says
that.
Like, is he ready? Is he ready? Oh my God, he still has Kaya. I thought he got rid of Kaya. Oh, nice. So he moved his camera because he can't make Kaya stay in one spot anymore. I can't believe how many people will simp for this guy. It's fucking crazy. Like, well, not just like simp, but like will simp and like ignore reality is insane to me. But I guess more power to them. Jesus.
Oh, you were talking about the war crime shit?
Yeah, well, what is the plan for that? Are you just going to have like mass deaths from people who can't drink water, and then it's just retarded? Everything about this administration.
He's just going to be like, water, I need water, and then laugh at him. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Jesus.
I don't know. It's insane that we're talking about bombing desalination plants or desalination plants. That's what it is.
Yep. Instead of doing politics, why not do a fun deep dive of another topic like you did with Lab Leak? Well, I don't know. My whole life has been through like the frame of debating shit, so it also makes me feel weird or crazy when I feel like there are issues that the entire world is wrong on, but then people are too scared, obviously, to even have the debate on it. So, like, I don't think I will ever get to have a fleshed out convo about the Lab Leak stuff. That'll just never happen. I don't remember if I think I mentioned this.
Does anybody give a fuck about that anymore?
Well, yeah, no, but it's like just another thing that everybody believes is just they're 100 trillion% incorrect about. And then it informs all their current political stuff of like, this is why nobody trusts, you know, ABCDFG or whatever. Good job. I'm just fucking retarded. What's an example of something the entire world is wrong? Well, like the entire conservative right was basically wrong about every single thing related to COVID. But all of them think that they were, somehow they think that they were all correct about most things, but they weren't. They were wrong about literally everything. But nobody, but they will never be on platforms or be in areas where they'll be challenged related to that. But also, I think most liberals aren't even sure what the answers are to most of that too, so they don't challenge them either. What are you going to do?
I mean, where's the negative COVID side effects? Or, I guess, the vaccine side effects?
Yeah, no, none of it. Literally, none of that happened anywhere. All of it was just fucking wrong and retarded and based.
Well, I'm gay now. Oh, okay.
What?
One of your chatters became gay over it.
Became gay over Lab Leak?
It was a joke. Over the vaccines.
Really? I get it. Okay, I got you. How much damage will this do when it explodes? Oh my god, yes. Well, what else?
Wait,
fuck. I just realized my shit dies. Fuck! Fuck this thing. Oh my god. What, Mooten? Say it. Just fucking say it.
No, I don't have anything.
Go over a Tulsi hearing. Was there another one?
I didn't see that.
This is a take from Matthew Iglesias. I wanted your opinion on. Trump has done a bad enough job that Dems are likely to have a big midterm win without actually adopting any new policies. This will be bad for us in the long term, as all our factions will come with the takeaway that they were all right, even if that would be contradictory. Oh, maybe, yeah. Yeah, I think we'll probably win no matter what, but I don't know if, who knows where we'll go from there. I don't know, bro. Fuck everything. What outcome do you want with current policies are progressing relating to online ID/age verification? I don't know. What do you think, Mooten?
What outcome do you want with current policies and progressing related to online ID/age verification?
I think, unless I don't know if it's ever been pointed out that there's a negative to this. I feel like there should be some kind of like OAuth that we can use with like the government to verify our identification. Has there ever been a reason given why that's
your driver's license would just have like an extra thing that would tie online,
or a federal thing,
or a federal ID?
Yeah, and then you would just be able to OAuth with that somehow. I don't know
what about like your social security?
What about it?
Like it could tie in with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, the federal government has an ID, but I'm just saying so that like to verify your information on a website, then you would just OAuth through your federal ID. Like I think there's already something like that because I use it to check my social security stuff or my healthcare stuff. Isn't there? I think there was a thing, right? Isn't there like a federal ID managing thing already or something? I don't remember what it's called. Oh, ID.me, I think. Yeah, that's run by the government, isn't it? What is the problem with using credit cards to do this? Well, because one, why do you have to have a credit card, and also just why use a credit card to do all this? And then two, I mean, like people can always like take kids' credit cards, or kids can take their parents' credit cards or whatever now. So I don't even know if it's like a super reliable way to do that. The battle between Brianna Wu and Mehdi makes me think the Qatar pack is rotting our politics. Well, Brianna is full on like mega Israeli simp brained, but Mehdi is a little bit brain broken on Israel shit anyway, so. What are you gonna do? The brain broken versus the brain broken. Damaging all nearby units. Is that just adjacent, or is that like in a thing? Who knows? Probably a square. They've also started rolling out digital ID in Apple Wallets, which is passport based. Okay. Mehdi's takes are 90% based. I mean, at least Mehdi doesn't do the thing where he conflates like the right and the left as being the equivalent. I can appreciate him for that. I do appreciate
Oh, there was
him.
another school hit today, or, well, I guess they realized it was another school that was hit on February 28th, the first day of the war.
Oh.
I linked you that article if you're interested in it at all.
Well,
it was with a new missile, a prism, which basically explodes in the air and then rains down bullets upon whatever's under it.
Okay. And they hit another.
It hit a school, and it hit it was like a volleyball training kind of center that was near-ish to an IRGC like facility, and it killed a bunch of kids. I think there too. I think the number was 21 people, but it's unconfirmed.
Damn. Well, that's not good.
Don't worry. The Pentagon's looking into it.
Oh, that's good then. At least they're looking into it.
You know, they're looking at it.
Do you think we'd still be at war if Trump never pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal? I have no idea. Well, I mean, like, are you saying, like, would Trump still go to war? Trump might still find a way to send us to war, so I'm not sure. Maybe. If something is wet, do you always turn it into ice? Is it 100% of the time? Because I notice every single time I attack this thing, it turns into ice. Your basic attacks deal ice damage, inflicts someone has a 15% chance to freeze. But I feel like every single time I attack this, it freezes. Why? Electronic voting in Estonia gained popularity in 2001. It survived, became the first nation to hold legally binding general elections over the internet with their pilot project for municipal elections. 45.8% of all of it. Oh, cute. Okay. This is the first week where the market hasn't gone up after the weekend government / Trump walkbacks. The change is that there wasn't a walkback this time, Destiny. Wow. The best way to do it is have children accounts for like various OSs, which at the kernel level routes to a DNS like the 11131 for families that prevents them from seeing adult websites. Well, but what creatures always freeze my damage? Okay. But then who's the one who decides, how do you verify the original account as being an adult or not, right? You basically have to have some type of ID verification system at some point. You can't just do it on the OS. It has to connect with some kind of other thing.
Do kids not have parents anymore?
Yeah, good one. Got him.
True.
Okay. There must be a way to kill this game without it knowing that I'm doing it. Fuck. You know what?
Just talk to the guy. He doesn't care.
He does care. He starts fucking you after the first time.
Well, yeah, just don't do it a second time.
Well, this is the second time now.
Oh, well then, yeah, he's gonna fuck you.
Device level stuff is 100% the way to do it instead of the onus being on each website. What if a 17-year-old gets a computer, though? Then doesn't he have access to underage shit?
Just let the kids do what they want. Triple S.
Now he's going to give me... What do you do to him? What does that mean? Did he get deja vu, or is there something else happening? They received dementia. What does dementia mean?
You already forgot.
Good one. Okay, fuck this leech thing, too. Not good. Is there a chance you start preparing for trial, and then it gets pushed back last minute, and then you waste all that time and money and have to do it again in 6 months? Sure.
Problem?
No problem here. That's based, actually. I mean, I doubt it's going to change much because it's not like there's any new shit to prepare for. It's not like there's going to be new evidence or anything.
They're not going to add anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess they could make up more shit and add that technically, so who knows. The thing is, I don't know where the fixation for the ID stuff, technically, I don't even know where it really came from. Like, are we really like, is this all about kids watching adult content online? Is that the fear right now? Or is this a move for, I don't know if it's just because people want more information on people, or I have no idea.
I haven't heard too much about it other than the Discord shit where people were mad that they have to like put their IDs in there or whatever.
Sure. Not sure what you mean, but the issue with the website level stuff is there will always be websites that don't comply generally. The smaller and worse regulated sites hosted in the countries, these are far less regulated in the first place, and curious kids end up far more likely to end up on those when all other options are blocked. Kids generally aren't randomly stumbling onto Pornhub by... Well, what are you talking about? I mean, how are you going to guarantee that any website enforces any kernel level ID verification thing as well, no? It feels like it's just part of the general anti-porn push. That's what it like comes off as to me, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But it does kind of feel that way. What was the that guy mentioned Tulsi Gabbard? Did something new happen, or?
I didn't see anything with Tulsi Gabbard today.
Okay. There's also the social media ban thing for children. Now that I could maybe get behind in some limited fashion, but I feel like I hear about the porn stuff so much more. Is preventing kids from seeing porn worth hiding everything? Maybe it's just I'm biased in the era that I grew up in. I don't think that matters much at all. I think people freak the fuck out over that because it's just parents that are whatever religious. But I don't think this is like some society-wide ending thing that they all seem to imagine it to be. You didn't watch the whole Tulsi thing is what I meant. Didn't we watch basically all of it? I thought we did.
You can't ban kids off social media without ID verification.
True. Epic Games / Fortnite getting a lot of heat for layoffs this past week. Yeah, basically, if you're any company ever and you ever do layoffs ever, every single person all the time is always going to fucking hate you. So that's just the world we live in. If you hire an employee, you got to keep them for life. Don't ever,
That's right.
ever fire any employee ever, or you're fucking evil.
Shrimple ad, actually.
Shrimple fucking as. Read the post I linked to, though. It's a particular case. What do you mean? I never imagined my husband Mike was laid off along with 1,000 others at Epic Games. Makes this different for our families that Mike is currently fighting terminal brain cancer. Because of this layoff, we don't just lose income. We lost his life insurance. Do you normally get life insurance through your work? Life insurance? And because his condition is not considered a pre-existing condition, he can't get new coverage? I thought that was all... I thought pre-existing can't forbid you from getting insurance anymore. Also, don't you have Cobra or something available for you for a bit after, or...
Hello, hello?
Hello.
Hi. Do you have a second?
Sure, what's up?
Oh my, you sound sour.
Yep, I am. What
I
do you
don't
want?
know what... You do sound very fucking sour. I'm contemplating what my actions should be.
Yeah, you better think well.
Hello, not Muren. And yeah, it's just that I basically wanted to just brag about the fucking trip we did, and I promised people to post it, but unfortunately we're still editing it. But it's like this part of the big fundraiser we did, part for soldiers and part for civilians, and I really want to show DGG, like, about as soon as the edit is ready, which probably tomorrow. I did like translations for it and stuff, so now it's up to Devin to just edit the thing basically. And we delivered. I went in him to a little town called Zmiev in Kharkiv region, and we did the fucking cutest fundraiser delivery ever to a bunch of oldies, elderly like people from Bakhmut, the refugees who escaped when the city was destroyed.
Cool.
And yeah, also children, and it's so cute, and the place is so cute, and also there's a cool priest there, which I'm friends now with. So yeah, it's just so wholesome, and the people like send all sorts of like songs and the music and everything, and the kids and like DGG stuff there. Just I don't know, just was very cute. So I'm like hyping everyone up for that. Fun to show the power banks and like all the deliveries we did. There was like some sad stuff too. We like went house to house basically, and there was like this elderly woman who has 4-stage cancer with like how it's called in English.
You're on the right word. Yeah, metastasized, so spread throughout the body.
Yeah, in the brain basically at this point. So she's like super ill, and we like delivered the box to her. And then there was like this very old lady who lives with her son, but he has schizophrenia and he has like pretty bad episodes. And we like delivered to them as well. So it's just very like wholesome stuff. So I'm like probably will post it on Twitter and Reddit if you guys allow Twitter posts. I don't know if you fixed that or not, but like I demand it, okay? It's my one demand because it's so difficult to do. I hate blue fucking thing, like blue sky thing. It's so shit. And I only made it to post for DGG basically, and then to repost links to it on Reddit about fundraisers. That's literally the only reason I have this thing. And I would delete that shit immediately if you had if you allow to link Twitter stuff. You're all there, okay?
I think
just facts.
I think I told my mod to change the rules, so I think we're trying it out now.
Yeah. You said so. You gave a manly promise to do that.
Yeah, I did indeed.
And manly promises need to be kept.
True.
Yeah. Because like what the fuck, really? You there, everyone's there, everyone talks about it all the time. Like, just why not then link it directly, The fight is over, guys. It was never meant to be. Like, all the people who like, we'll live in this hellscape. No, you're not. And I told you also.
Well, I think
like
at the beginning, everybody, all the other subreddits were blocking it, so I think we just joined along with all the other subs that were blocking it too, so.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the protest at the time because of all of the Russian bots and like all the Nazi dog shit and like the overall horrible shit that was, especially during like the whole election thing, that was like popping off on Twitter because of, you know, Elon obviously being a cunt and all that. But like, it's not really, I think, like as relevant now, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's what cute shit. The trip ended up being way cuter than I thought it would be. I thought we would just like drop by, deliver, and leave. But we'll like spend basically, you know, a day there, and like it's just, yeah, it just was kind of cool. Also, the priest was so fucking cool. I really want to work with him again and like bring him more stuff and stuff. He's just the chillest guy. Like I'm a big fan of this priest now. It's also very wholesome because like I see him like walking, and he's like this very tall dude with beard and shit. You know, obviously like a priest and stuff. And I'm like, oh, it might go like both ways. It might be a cool dude, or it might be like annoying because of how I look.
Because you think he'll be like really conservative or whatever as far as appearances go?
Yeah, the hair is like purple, short, tattoos, all sorts of shit, you know, overall. I was dressed like covered, so it's not like, you know, it's that a problem. But like, you know, the whole thing, like, especially with Moscovian Patriarchate, which was very prevalent, the Russian, basically, Orthodox Church, like, they will just literally like be so shit, they will like toss you out of the church, call your names, all sorts of shit if you have like tattoos or like bright hair or anything, like demon spawn it basically, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, but our like Kievan Patriarch Orthodox guys are chill, but sometimes you get like people that are very, you know, judgy on that. But he was so cool. He was like, "Oh, I'm gay. Your hair is so cute." And yeah, and I was, oh, that's a good guy. You know, a priest is chill when he's fine with like alternative looking people.
Sure. Yeah.
You can immediately tell they're cool. So yeah, it was kind of nice. I just find it wholesome because he knows like everybody. He goes to everyone's house. He knows like everyone by name. He works there like constantly in that community. They basically rebuild the farmhouses where there were like Tsarist time buildings. So like Russian Empire time buildings, basically, right? And there was like this big sort of like mansion there, but it's no longer exists. But their farmhouses remain. It's where the service people lived, where the pigs were, and like animals and all of that. Like, you know, like sort of like pigsties, I think they're called in English or something like that. And they all remade those into like houses for people now. So they're like modern, but have like this wooden floor, wooden like ceiling, you know, like old school, like cool stuff there. And they made it for the people to basically, to refugees to live there, which is pretty cool. Yeah. And yeah, that's about the cute stuff. Not the cute stuff is now that we have more chances to be nuked by United States than Russia nuking us, because because they nominated Zelensky for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
be,
oh no! Oh man! You know,
it's gonna be a rough one.
Yeah, oh god. Yeah, and everyone's like, oh no! Trump is gonna nuke! He's gonna nuke! Yeah, we're just a little bit petrified over here because of that nomination. I just unironically think he's having a hissy fit even because he was nominated. Never mind if he actually wins anything.
Yeah, maybe.
I
don't
hope
know if
not.
he's made any public statements on it or not, but yeah, I'd be a little worried about it, I guess.
Bro Malden! He's like obsessed with that noble shit. And like, also, guys, am I tripping or is he getting worse? Like, I saw his recent address and like, it was even worse word salad than usually. Like, is he like progressively getting more dementia pilled, or like, am I just seeing things?
Yeah, I feel like I mean, it's been getting worse and worse, but I mean, like the actions have all been getting worse and worse. So it's like everything is becoming more and more indefensible and just more wacky and crazy. So I guess it makes sense that he's starting to become more wacky and crazy and everything as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's unquestionable, I guess. But like, you know, just we just had this like very big laugh about this when he was like, "You have to see it. It's very cool." Missiles launched, missiles launching, they're launching. Then at 7 seconds, fire, boom, fire, boom.
Yeah,
like,
he just sounds like a fucking child. Yeah, it's dumb. Yeah.
It's actually a quote. And yeah, and then on that day, like we had the drone attacks in Kharkiv, and after that was like plastered everywhere. And there was like 4 people in my place, and we all went to the corridor, and we were just sitting there, like just waiting on the attack. And then one of the people goes, "Fire boom, fire boom, boom."
Jesus.
My God. It cracked everyone up. It was just, I don't know, like it's just something about it. It's just so unhinged. Like, bro basically bombed Iran, right? And then he's like, it's so cool, fire, boom, boom.
Yeah. Have you ever seen him talking about killing, was it Soleimani?
No.
There's a compilation that like juxtaposes Obama talking about killing bin Laden and then Trump talking about killing I think it's Soleimani, and it's just, Obama's like, today, SEAL Team 6 executed a precision attack and we killed blah, blah, blah. And Trump is like, we killed Soleimani. He died like a dog. Oh, it was for al-Baghdadi, not Soleimani.
Yes,
Yeah,
I saw that. I
Baghdadi,
saw that, but not Trump. I saw a comedian guy doing fuck. There's like this very funny dude. He does Trump impressions, and he did this Yes, that guy. And he said they died like a dog.
Oh, you should watch that. He's like impersonating Trump. Like Trump actually said this. You should watch the thing. It's pretty just ridiculous. Yeah.
Okay, I will find it. But I remember I saw the short of it, of the stand-up guy doing that thing. Yeah. Like, I don't know, died like a dog is like super fucking unhinged, but I don't know, fire, boom, boom, wow, wow, wow is a little bit concerning.
Yeah.
Because it's like both it's a child and a retarded old man in one package.
True.
So
that's Trump.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird, kind of concerning, And that's
our leader.
It, I think.
Their leader.
Base, congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, very big congratulations on that one. I mean, at least we have some good sales over here of terms of our weaponry to Saudi Arabia and Emirates and Jordania, I think, as well.
Yeah, you guys are selling all your drones now, right?
Hell yeah! We made like so many contracts now, like 3 big ones, 10-year long contracts, I believe. I need to look that up. I didn't have that much time to like look into it, but it's just everyone is mega hype. And also he was treated so fucking respectfully for once. Zelensky came in, so that was nice. And for Ukraine, it's very big though, because like you guys obviously can't understand fully the hype because you're like biggest fucking arms sellers in the world, right? But for us, it's like we don't sell shit, like nothing, like sunflower oil, I guess, and then food as well. But that's about it, really. And for us to not having an army in 2014. Yeah. Not having our own like anything to be now able to produce what is a very innovative technology of anti-drone and drone warfare to people that are actually interested in buying that stuff, and because it's effective, it's like very fucking big jump if I ever saw any, Yeah,
it's good. Good times, good things.
Yeah, but not good is the sanctions, and obviously were removed. And also Cuba thing is, I saw some reports basically saying that the Cuba blockade is kind of like, what the fuck is happening, like Russians can buy their oil again or some shit. I don't know, like some stuff I didn't look up yet. Gotta look at it, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know why we fight with Cuba so much either. Who knows? Trump just doesn't like him for some reason, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure it's some stupid reason.
Probably, yeah.
Bad Cuban cigar.
Oh, maybe. I was about to say they probably were not nominated for any Nobel Peace Prizes, so it must be something else. Yeah. Also, why is he so fucking hung up on Norway? What's the fucking connection with Norway and Peace Prize, Nobel Peace Prize? They're not giving it out. It's like, why is he always bringing Norway into that shit?
I think he thought that at one point. He thinks that Norway, the government, is actually the one that makes the decision, I think.
Why?
I don't know why, because he's Trump. He's fucking retarded.
I also kind of think maybe he thinks it's a Nobel Peace Prize.
Who knows?
Like Nobel.
Like insane asylum, like all the asylum seekers, and he says they came from insane asylums. He might actually think that that's what that means.
Does he actually think that?
Who knows? We'll never know.
I've heard him say it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, insane asylums I also heard, and I like it's so like fun to listen to. Like all the fucking people who come in, they're all like fucking giga schizophrenics, and and you're like, I'm not sure that's the case, but whatever, man. Like, go off, I guess. Yeah, it's just all of it is so kind of like wild to listen to, but like what can you do? You kind of get used to it as well. Like it doesn't hit as much, in my opinion. Like and in the beginning, everyone was like, "What did he say? Wow, what?" And now everyone's like, just Trump, it's fine.
Yep, we're basically used to the retardation at this point. Yeah.
Everyone is, I think, not just you guys. I think everyone is kind of like less shocked, I guess. Yeah. There was like some funny thing with Mark Rubio being like told off in Europe. I don't know. I saw that on Twitter being said like how much shit you're gonna take basically from Russia, and like basically called bitch boy by Callas, I think. Yeah, so that was funny. And all that respect. I remember back in the day, you debated the guy, like, I don't remember where, but there was like some sort of like weird Twitter thingy. And there was like, we will be so respected with Trump all over the world. Like everyone is respecting Trump. And then back to this moment now when everyone is very much respecting that shit. Yeah.
I mean, that's still what a lot of people think, is that like the conservatives will argue that the world is respecting us more now. I don't know how they ever can.
That's
fucking
just because they hear it on
but
Fox News.
Yeah, basically, yeah, that's true. Yeah. True.
Well, I mean, if the world is, I don't know who even. I was about to say maybe Russia, but they don't respect you. They just use you.
Yeah.
That's not the same even as respect. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think literally nobody probably. Maybe, not Israel, maybe? But I don't think it's respect either.
No,
I think it's
definitely not.
Israel just said recently they're not going to do a ground invasion, so.
Oh, really? Even they said so. I didn't know that. He's so much crying now from here. He's like, those mean NATO guys, they don't want to support my retarded war,
Yeah, which is kind of what everybody said would happen if you make an enemy out of literally every single other country. But I mean, for some reason, he didn't believe that would happen, so who knows?
I mean, you'd think, but like, yeah. A lot of people are like jumping in on that, like with Trump supporters. They're like, "Oh, those useless fucking NATO," and and you're like, "Are you aware that you're literally the only country who even used Article 1?"
Yeah, for the Iraq War. They don't know. They don't know. They don't care. They're just stupid.
People actually came through, like even Ukrainians, for example, who who were not even in NATO.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like people actually did help you out, and actually, there was some sort of benefit, so to speak, of being the hegemon, of being the one sole hegemon in the world. But I guess fuck that shit. I don't know.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's about it, I think. Yeah. Lisan Al Gaib memes are very funny with Zelensky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hilarious. I saw, like, I think I sent you the Lawrence of Arabia one, but it's like Zelensky of Kryvyi Rih.
Yeah, I saw.
And he's like in this like headpiece, so like in the desert. I don't know. That's funny to see him be like shaking hands like that with like a bunch of Arab dudes. It's kind of like unlikely. I even saw like a leader of I think Saudis, like they posted something like on Twitter with like Ukrainian hearts, like blue and yellow, and then also with the daco, like which is thank you. And we're like, that's so weird, but cool, in a way. So yeah. Last thing, I saw on Reddit someone linked me a little clip. It was you playing the, like, I think GeoGuessr or something like that it's called. Like the game when you like look at the picture and need to understand what the location is. And you were playing and you saw a bunch of fucking Eastern European, clearly people with blue and yellow flags. And
sounds like fake news to me.
Yes.
Sounds like fake news.
And then you like guessed all sorts of weird shit, and then it was Ukraine, obviously, and you were like, "Damn, dog!" And I was like, "Is he memeing or is he not an ally after all?"
Dear Leader was memeing, of course.
Maybe I'm a fake ally. Who
Were
knows?
you?
Who knows?
I don't know. How did you not know that? the flags were everywhere. Like all the people like fucking had them on like Twitter shit, and they're like on the news all the time. And there's no even that many countries with blue and yellow at all.
Listen,
like,
we're American. We don't care about flags, okay?
My guy.
We just care about missiles here that we can shoot at schools. That's what we care about.
Amen.
About fire, about boom boom fire, I guess.
Boom boom fire, hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Kind of disappointed in my god emperor, I'm not gonna lie.
Good, you should be.
My god. Nihilistic over there.
Indeed.
Big depressive, big sour. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go. Thanks, guys, for the fundraisers, as always. And I hope I can link some shit for you now properly, if the dear leader, you know, decides to remove Twitter ban. And, yeah. Bye-bye. Have a nice time.
Bye-bye.
And you play... Bye-bye.
Damn, why'd you cut her off like that at the end?
Well, I didn't mean to.
You
I
literally
was
interrupted
saying
her
bye.
right in the middle.
I didn't mean
Did you
to,
remove
man.
her? Did you kick her out of the channel?
No.
Jesus.
I didn't.
Jesus Christ. Christ. Well, what else you got for us?
Well, I linked you an article. I don't know if you want to read about that, but I mean, again, as I said, there's nothing going on today. It's boring. There was a Caroline Levitt thing earlier, if you want to watch that. Could be good.
The whole press thing or just a clip?
It was like a 30-minute press conference. It was not long.
Hold on. This RT thing? Wait, 1 second. What the fuck do I have Hassan up here still?
Basically in the Weather Underground when he's just actually a moderate socialist.
Okay. Moderate socialist.
You said yesterday, and I quote him, God does not listen to the prayer of those who wage war. Can you comment on that?
I think our nation was a nation founded 250 years ago almost on Judeo-Christian values, and we've seen presidents, we've seen the leaders of the Department of War, and we've seen our troops go to prayer during the most turbulent times in our nation's history. And I don't think there's anything wrong with our military leaders or with the president calling on the American people to pray for our service members and those who are serving our country overseas. In fact, I think it's a very noble thing to do. And if you talk to many service members, they will tell you they appreciate the prayers and support from the Commander-in-Chief and from his cabinet.
Hope you said.
Okay. Okay, we just don't answer any questions either. Another boring thing now, so we just don't ever answer questions anymore.
Yeah, the Pope is wrong.
This is the biggest thing since CGI. Oh boy.
What you're seeing right now is not real.
Really?
What you're seeing right now is not real.
I would have never guessed.
But it's also not CGI or even AI. It's a hologram, meaning you can view me from over here, or over there, or perhaps even through this. Yeah, we can move the camera anywhere through space, but also through time. This is a 4D Gaussian splat, and if that sounds familiar, it should, because we're witnessing the birth of a new medium. Holograms are here. It's a 3D reconstruction of reality that is both photoreal and renders in real time. It's honestly kind of nuts and really feels like the format of the future. So today, I'm gonna catch you up on this amazing new technology, how it works, how you can use it, and where I think this is headed. So stay tuned, because you're gonna learn everything you need to know about Gaussian splat.
I'm good. Okay, what did you link me?
Your DMs. It's an article.
I thought it was a video. Fucking article. I thought it was KK Caroline Levitt.
Well, you can just type that in on YouTube. White House, Caroline Levitt, press conference today.
Why did Moot kick Anna? I don't really know.
I didn't. I like Anna. Do you have any drones, Steven?
Why didn't you ask Anna? She just said her country was selling some.
I know. Well, that doesn't seem very nice of me. I'm asking if you have a drone.
No, I don't have drones. Why? Should I?
I thought you might have one in your fucking downstairs. I was gonna ask you for it.
Nope.
I want to fly a drone to a squirrel.
And do what? Kill it?
I mean, you know.
You can't buy a BB gun, but you're allowed to kill it with a drone?
I'm not gonna kill the squirrel with a drone, man.
What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna scare it off with the drone. I just died in Slay the Spire too.
Limfeo, dude. How do you die in that game?
I cannot get a good build with the fucking guy who sits on the chair.
Yikes. With the guy that sits on the chair?
The Regent. I don't think you've played him yet.
You wouldn't get it, probably. Okay. Drag up callers. I have 45 minutes now to go do a show.
Come on in, callers.
Bring them up, fuck it.
Which show are you doing?
I'm not saying, because if I say it, then chat's going to spend the next however long it takes them to post this. When is this getting posted? When is this...
Oh, that's smart, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Dan.
Hello.
Why weren't you there this morning?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Crazy morning.
What'd you do?
Just
Did you die?
contractors all over the place and, you know, wild and wacky stuff. That's all I'm going to say.
Damn. What does that mean?
Okay.
Do you think Dan's okay?
I'm fine.
Are you okay, Dan?
I'm okay.
Hmm.
What happened today?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing was
That's the
happening.
problem. Literally nothing. Nothing ever happens, actually.
True.
Well, that's what it is, you know?
Yeah,
Could be
simple
worse.
as. Could be. And now no one's even joining to get in viewer call-ins.
Damn. We're in dire straits.
Someone did send me something. It was
Really?
a little bit con-
Really?
a little
Did
bit
they, Dan?
concerning.
What did they send?
Ooh, clip.
What was the clip?
What was the clip,
It
Dan?
was of you, of Mr. Mooten.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what did I say?
Something that I was not pleased with.
Go ahead, say it.
Why don't you say what you think is in the clip?
I said,
before
Dan's out. No more murders in the bags.
Yeah, that is what the clip said.
Problem?
What the fuck?
What does that mean, Mooten?
How are you going to make such a huge decision?
You're out.
I'm just going to say that I'm thinking that it's like you're in a moment of stress, and that's why you said that.
I was in a moment of clarity.
Ooh.
What, you just jerk off?
Ooh, a moment of clarity. What does that mean?
Blank purple. Go ahead, man.
Yo, I just want to say hello and goodbye.
Wow.
I love you too.
That's it?
Even though you are racist. Yeah, I just want to say hi.
Okay.
My
thank
throat kind of hurts right now.
I don't know what the fuck he just said. That's
His
Brazilian,
throat kind
right?
of hurts right now, Dan.
His throat hurts,
No,
Dan.
it's
Portuguese?
Italian.
Really?
Yeah, very Italian.
Problem? Troll face?
Aperio.
Hey, yo. Hey, I was on the call yesterday. You guys remember me? You guys don't have memories?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We remember
Nice.
you.
Okay, everyone in the chat said how cute my kid was, and you guys didn't say shit. So that's literally the only reason I'm calling. Like,
Well, we couldn't
my
see
To
your
be
profile.
phone.
honest,
Uh-oh.
your kid's probably fucking... How old is it?
It
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what he said.
Non-gendered.
it's about 2.9.
2.9 years?
So they're
Months?
almost 3 years.
or
Years.
Months.
Years. Come on. Does that look like a 3-month-old?
Does it look
Do you guys have
like- wait,
kids?
do you have a picture? Are you streaming this?
Who did we see your kid, man?
Who did,
Don't you
yeah,
see,
who
don't
did
you
we
see my
your kid?
profile picture or not?
No, man.
Oh, I thought that was
On
AI.
Discord? No.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
Oh,
click
that-
people's
that is AI.
profile pictures.
Oh, it is AI. See? He
Oh, well,
lied.
I mean, it's like right there in Discord. You can see it.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Uh-oh.
You're probably not ready for this one. You ready?
Uh-oh.
Tell him. Tell him, Dan.
There's a certain type of person that puts their fucking kid's face as their Discord profile photo, and you might be one of those types of people. I'm just saying. You might want to rethink that.
Wait, yeah, what are you saying?
What are you saying?
What are you saying, Dan? Go ahead.
I'm saying that people who put their kid's face as their profile photo, not, how do I put this? Not people.
It's like Facebook grandmas do that shit, bro. I'm just copying my grandma.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Dan? What's wrong with that? Thinks his kid is cute.
I care about my kid, bro.
He cares about his kid.
He's pimping.
Yeah, dude. I can actually still make children, unlike your old ass.
You're pimping your child. Not only that, you're pimping your child, and you even came in here and made it more obvious. Because you came in here and you're like, hey.
Pimping?
What do you think of this kid?
Are you attaching sexual code onto my child?
Sounds like it. That's what it sounds like to me.
That's what you're doing.
This isn't Operation Midnight Hammer.
Why are you showing people photos of your kid and be like, what do you think? What the fuck?
Well, I didn't say, what do you think? I said you guys never commented on how cute he is. I mean, it's like irresistible. He's a freaking cute kid. I mean, but I guess you can't see the pictures, so now I feel like a jackass.
Well.
All right. There is a new court document, Steven.
Oh, is it our motion in limine or whatever, or what is it?
Order denying 84 motion for protective order governing public commentary by trial participants, signed by Magistrate Judge Edwin G. Torres.
An actual fucking court document thing?
Get out of here, kid fucker.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead, Steve. Go off, King.
Denying motion for protective order governing public comment. Ooh, I think that's bad for them because they wanted it was basically a gag order that they were looking for. 20 pages. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, maybe he's got a bunch in here.
Oh, boy.
This was what he's been cooking up, Steve.
This
is it.
Boy. 20 pages for a protective order ruling?
Sheesh.
Wait, hold on. Let me eat these guys, then we'll read this.
Wait, you already did the other one before that? The Lamine?
Oh, I didn't even see that one.
Wait, did that get
It's
filed
right
today?
below it. Motion
Defendant's
and Lamine.
motion and Lamine.
Those are things that we're filing. This is where you're the motions and is it limine? How do you pronounce it?
Honestly,
you aggressively asked me to tell you someone that he was going to file anything today.
Stop trolling me with your mic. I'm not in the mood right now.
What?
Whatever you're doing, stop it.
I told him that he's got an update.
What?
Let me set my computer at work.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you for no longer trolling me.
You're welcome. I just let you know because you sarcastically asked me to let you know whenever there was a filing in your case. So just let you know, hey, there was
thank
some
you.
updates.
Wait, how do you pronounce it? Is it motion in limine or limine?
You were close on the first one. Is it motion in limine?
Limine.
Limine.
Like limine cricket.
Like chimney.
Like it's a little sour taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
What?
That's what I put in Dan's mouth every night.
Whoa! You got him there, Mooten. Damn.
Hit him with the
whoo. Hit him with the whooville. Whoo.
All right, can we fucking get on with it? Maybe this motherfucker's going to jail, Moo. You ready to take over?
It's not going to be that. I mean, it's fine. I don't know. Is it even worth reading?
It's not going to be what?
Let him read it.
It's a 20-page ruling. I want to see. I'm so curious what the judge thinks about my case. I just want to read anything about what his thoughts are on anything. Okay, Jesus.
I feel like it's just going to be a letdown at this point. But yeah, all right.
At 20 pages, and it was a denial for them, so I'm happy.
No, yeah, it'll be fun.
Let me use the restroom real quick, and I'll read this. 1 sec.
Oh, and he's fucking holding us back by using the restroom. I mean, Jesus Christ, Dan, this guy fucking stalls.
What do you want me to say?
Can I have your drone, Dan?
No, I'm using it. It's my survival drone.
Can you buy me a drone, Dan?
Why?
I don't know. For content, for stream.
What are you gonna do with a drone?
I'll stream an extra 10 hours this month if you buy me a drone.
And do what?
I'll figure it out.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. I'll figure it out. You'll get 10 extra hours out of me.
Wait.
You're doing this for the squirrel, aren't you?
Yes, man.
Okay. You say you're gonna dox yourself ultra mega.
No,
hard.
I'm not gonna show people that.
What are you gonna do with the fucking drone?
I just want to fly at a fucking squirrel, man.
You're gonna ruin this drone. You need one of the drones that you can't like. That
I'm gonna
has
put
like
a gun on it.
You need like bumpers on the blades. That's
Bumper
the one you
drones.
Need. They make one. There is one.
No, I know. I've got one in my DMs actually about it.
Yeah, that's the one you need. You need the one that you can't possibly fuck up.
The thing is my wife won't let me buy anything. Okay?
You already bought the. Listen, you already got the squirt gun.
I had to return it.
You're fucking with me.
No, I had to. Yeah.
Dude, you are cucked. You are so cucked. How?
Well, hold on. She didn't make me return it. I returned it.
Why?
Because it's too fucking big. It's too fucking big and dumb. I got a whole method coming.
Why not at least use it, then return it?
Because then I got to go to the post office. I got to take it there. I got to put it in a box.
Why not at least use what? What's he mad about? What happened?
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've never seen a more effeminate man than Mr. Moon. That's why he doesn't have more facial hair. It knows. It's like, this motherfucker can't even buy a fucking squirt gun. What do you want me to say?
Read his court document,
That's all he gets.
Are you okay? All right. Let's see.
Destiny, real quick.
What?
Oh,
is this a joint motion limiting, or is it just y'all's? Did they end up? I mean, not to.
We'll find out.
Joint? Why would you joint? No, nothing is joint in this case, motherfucker. No, absolutely.
I was just wondering.
That's funny.
I wanted to see what.
No.
I just wanted to see what theirs ended up being. Whenever they.
Well, it has to be filed today, right? I think today's the deadline. It's either today or tomorrow. So.
Well, I mean, they were also supposed to file a response to your MSJ, but they didn't do that. So we'll see.
Wait, they never responded to the MSJ?
No, they just did the 56D, didn't they?
Oh, okay, based.
That's, I mean,
win by default. Shoot from blast.
Yeah, like your guys argued correctly that was not a proper response, and that you guys should win the MSJ by operation of law.
Woo! I wish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you change a scene, please?
To what?
I don't know. I don't want to look at a fucking wiki of cats. I mean, I do, but not this wiki of cats.
Oh, you mean on my? Hold on.
I'm just happy to be here, man.
Yeah, and turn on better music for the reading, something dramatic, like Lord of the Rings or something. The soundtrack. Really, we're gonna listen.
He's gonna fucking leave soon, Dan. If you keep fucking bothering
This
him,
matters
man.
before the court on Plaintiff Jane Doe's motion for protective order governing public commentary by trial participants. Docket entry 84, 140 entries ago. Defendant timely responded, to which plaintiff timely replied. Accordingly, plaintiff's motion is ripe for disposition. I mean, I feel like it was ripe a while ago, but okay. This dispute boils down to whether this federal court presiding over this civil action should impose a prior restraint on the extrajudicial speech of the case participants under the guise of a Rule 26C protective order. Because the court cannot do so here, plaintiff's motion is denied. Background. I don't know if we need to do any of the background. On February 18th, 2025, after some discussion between plaintiff and defendant as to the implications of the video and possible remedies, plaintiff filed suit in this district. As sometimes happens, however, the parties' respective expressions of their various disagreements have not stayed within the four corners of their briefing or paused at the courthouse steps. Accordingly, plaintiff now asks us to impose a gag order on the extrajudicial speech of all trial participants, including the defendant. For the reasons enumerated below, we cannot do so on this record. Analysis. Plaintiff seeks a protective order restricting all trial participants, including the defendant, from making harassing, intimidating, and derogatory public extrajudicial statements about the parties, the witnesses, and counsel, and from publicizing confidential attorney communications. While the motion and proposed order are said to apply equally to all trial participants, it is clear this request is aimed squarely at defendant-based. Without a protective order, defendant's continuous extrajudicial comment on his streaming platforms to over 840,000 followers has a substantial likelihood of materially prejudicing this proceeding. Also, the relevant facts plaintiff provides as to why such an order is necessary exclusively concern either actions attributed to defendant or allegations of as to the effects of those actions. As to specified terms requested, the proposed protective order attached at docket entry 84.5 includes the following, and this is all the shit they were asking for. This is a blanket gag order, says defendant in response, an unconstitutional prior restraint of defendant's First Amendment rights. Not so, says plaintiff, because Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 26C specifically authorizes the court, for good cause, to issue an order to protect a party or persons from annoyance, embarrassment, oppression, or undue burden or expense upon motion. And because the Supreme Court has expressly contemplated that the speech of those participating before the courts could be limited, but plaintiff's request is indeed one for prior restraint, inescapably so. In his work on the, and then this is a quote from a case, the term prior restraint is used to describe administrative and judicial orders forbidding certain communications when issued in advance of the time that such communications are to occur. Court orders that actually forbid speech activities are classic examples of prior restraints. So yes, in asking us to impose an order issued in advance of that time that certain communications are to occur and forbidding those certain communications, Plaintiff is asking this court to prior restrain the speech of all trial participants. This is definitional and thus puts plaintiff request squarely in the crosshairs of First Amendment scrutiny. Do you understand what the judge means here when he says prior restraint?
Of course, but why don't you explain it?
So basically, if I say something that I'm not allowed to say, then they might file a motion trying to punish me for something, but they're asking for a preemptive order that's forbidding future speech. So that would be prior restraint that they're asking for to constrain some future speech, yeah.
And this is just a whole big... They were basically asking just for a gag order so you can't talk about it.
A blanket gag order, so I can't talk about literally anything related to this case publicly anywhere, yes. But that also, by the way, would never apply to, like, Justical or any of the other people that she is solicited to talk about this case, or Lauren or anybody else, So, what is this guy complaining about? Hold on. Okay, good luck. You're schizo as fuck. Yet plaintiff's motion and reply make remarkably scant reference to the First Amendment, raising it by name only once in the motion and 3 times in the reply, one of which is just a footnote pointing out the defendant did not put a citation on the closing sentence of a paragraph. And plaintiff in her reply even goes as far as to castigate defendant's response, saying that he, quote, grossly mischaracterizes the nature of the relief sought, the applicable legal standards, and the facts, end quote, and arguing that plaintiff's ask would be an unconstitutional prior restraint of defendant's First Amendment rights. This is curious because of either party. It is plaintiff who, in barely acknowledging the constitutional gravity of her request, either misunderstands or mischaracterizes the circumstances of the relief sought. Oof. I love how in every motion the judge is just... Plaintiff's motion, essentially, casts her request as one for a mere protective order under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 26C. Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 26C specifically authorizes the court for good cause to issue an order to protect a party or person from annoyance, embarrassment, oppression, or undue burden or expense upon motion. Plaintiff then cites Seattle Times v. Reinhart in support of this proposition because, quote, the court has broad discretion to decide when a protective order is appropriate and what degree of protection is required, end quote. I like that the judge has to go through the cases they cite. I'm pretty confident that Joan is like I think she just uses AI to find like a relevant court case and a quote and then just throws it on there. I stopped reading the cases they cited a long time ago. If you ever read the underlying cases they cite, they're either in opposite or they like have nothing to do with what the thing that they're asking for. It's just fucking stupid.
So question there. If they're just using AI to find like bullshit cases to kind of cite in their briefings or whatever, I understand that might not be illegal, but at what point are you just known as like a fucking retard?
This lawyer, Joan, does not have a good reputation. She does everything out of like her solo law firm where she just files frivolous lawsuits on behalf of family members. That's all she does. So her reputation doesn't matter. This reference to Rule 26.1 serves as the predicate for plaintiff's argument that the Supreme Court has expressly contemplated that the speech of those participating before the courts could be limited. Plaintiff relies on a litany of criminal or criminal-adjacent cases concerning First Amendment issues, even though, 1, those cases are inopposite for the reasons discussed below, and 2, plaintiff never actually acknowledges their First Amendment implications. In other words, plaintiff argues that because all trial participants are before the court subject to this proceeding, and because Rule 26 allows us to impose protective orders, we must be able to do so here, the constitutional implications notwithstanding. And when plaintiff does finally get to the First Amendment in her motion, it is only to say the following. The First Amendment does not protect speech that interferes with the fair administration of justice. For this proposition, plaintiff again cites to Gentile 501 U.S., which contains 3 mentions of the fair administration of justice in various contexts, but none at page 1075, at number 7. In short, prior restraint of speech, of anyone's speech, is not nearly as simple an issue as plaintiff cavalierly paints it to be, and for the reasons set out below, we disagree that such prior restraint is appropriate here. Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 26, we acknowledge at the outset that this motion was filed before a protective order governing discovery was entered in this case. That protective order has since been entered and covers, for example, confidentiality, designations, and procedures for the legal name or private identifying information of any non-party witness whose testimony the court is allowed to be filed under seal. Compare with this, the plaintiff or witnesses whose declarations have been filed. So any argument as to information obtained during discovery is moot as having been otherwise addressed in docket entry 116. But Rule 26 and case law addressing protective orders issued under Rule 26 very specifically regard discovery The title of Rule 26 is, in fact, Duty to Disclose General Provisions Governing Discovery. Nice. And in full, this section of the Seattle Times that plaintiff quotes is, quote, big quote, we also find that the provision for protective orders in the Washington rules requires in itself no heightened First Amendment scrutiny. To be sure, Rule 26C confers broad discretion on the trial court to decide when a protective order is appropriate and what degree of protection is required. The legislature of the state of Washington, following the example of the Congress in its approval of the federal rules of civil procedure, has determined that such discretion is necessary, and we find no reason to disagree. The trial court is in the best position to weigh fairly the competing needs and interests of parties affected by discovery. The unique character of the discovery process requires that the trial court have a substantial latitude to fashion protective orders. Hence, the holding in Seattle Times is quite pointedly cabined to the realm of discovery. This is what I mean. Like when, oh my God, I'm so happy he reads the things. I mean, he has to, I guess he's a judge. Whenever you read the cases they cite, they either have nothing to do with what they're talking about, or they're just like totally fucking incorrect, or sometimes the citation doesn't even make sense. Yeah. So
I would assume at some point, like, this just pisses the judge off.
I guess, but I mean, it's not illegal to piss off a judge. I don't know how much you can push as a litigator before the judge starts to like sanction you or gets mad at you personally. I don't know. Hate to say, but if you consider there is some Republican backing at play, I mean, Lauren De Laguna is a massive MAGA Republican person who is a big backer to this. I don't know what Pixie's dad's political opinions are, but he's the financier. I don't know. Hence, the holding in Seattle Times is quite pointedly, blah, blah, blah. We therefore hold that where, as in this case, a protective order is entered on a showing of good cause as required by Rule 26C is limited to the context of pre-trial civil discovery and does not restrict the dissemination of the information if gained from other sources. It does not offend the First Amendment. End quote. This is because the government clearly has a substantial interest in preventing the abuse of its discovery processes, and it is an interest unrelated to the suppression of expression. Again, plaintiff's motion asks us to impose a gag order for a wide swath of prohibited conduct. Her request and resulting proposed order are not limited to information gained from discovery, and nor would they be, as that would be duplicative of her motion for a protective order governing discovery. So given that neither Rule 26 nor the holding of Seattle Times extend beyond civil discovery, and that a protective order governing civil discovery has now been entered in this case, Rule 26 cannot possibly be the basis for this court to issue an order prior restraining expression not related to discovery. B, the First Amendment. Plaintiff's citation to Gentile regarding limitations placed on the speech of those participating in litigation tees off the remainder of her argument, which cites exclusively to case law involving criminal matters. They do this a lot too. Her judge or her lawyer, they mix up like a lot of criminal and civil stuff. But again, like I said, I'm pretty sure she's just using AI to get like references and shit to whatever. Yeah. And while each of these cases involves First Amendment issues, although plaintiff does not outright acknowledge as much, they are an opposite here because this is a civil case. The First Amendment does not exist in a vacuum, as is true of any amendment to the Constitution. Each amendment exists in a living tapestry of rights, with the threads pulled tighter towards one and or the other if the circumstances at issue call for certain rights to be subordinated to others. Take, for example, the Sixth Amendment. Criminal cases often, and for the protection of the accused as innocent until proven guilty, have different standards than civil cases. As for challenged speech, in the context of a criminal case, the rights guaranteed by the First and Sixth Amendment may push and pull depending on the circumstances of the speech relative to the right of the accused to have an impartial jury. But again, the case before us now is not a criminal one. This case instead falls within the ambit of the Seventh Amendment, which understandably does not confer the same protections. We say all this because plaintiff's litany of citations to cases involving criminal matters for use in the civil case suggests a misunderstanding of First Amendment case law. The cases to which plaintiff cites, as analyzed below, largely discuss speech of those party to or reporting on a case relative to the right of the accused to have a trial by an impartial jury. This right is a variable not found in this case, and that very much matters. For example, plaintiff cites to Shepard v. Maxwell for the proposition that the courts must take such steps by rule and regulation that will protect other processes from prejudicial outside interferences. Neither prosecutors, counsel for the defense, the accused, witnesses, court staff, nor enforcement officers coming under the jurisdiction of the court should be permitted to frustrate its function. Plaintiff concludes that Shepard urges lower courts handling publicized cases to censure trial participants. Except the line plaintiff is referencing at 384 U.S. at 363 is actually, quote, collaboration between counsel and the press as to information affecting the fairness of a criminal trial is not only subject to regulation, but is highly censurable and worthy of disciplinary measures. Oh, shit. I wonder if they misquoted because there were some quotes, I don't know if Kaka remembers this, there were some quotes that I was looking for before where the quotes that they were citing to didn't exist. Like, I couldn't find them. which is another reason why
AI
I think
just fucked it up.
No. I think she's using AI. So it's like, have you ever heard of like a hallucination? Yeah, the AI is just like inventing quotes from case law that don't exist. Or sometimes there were things where I would read cases they would cite where they would only quote like the second half of a sentence. So yeah, what Kafka is saying, they would cite to a case that exists, but when I look through all of the case filings, the quote doesn't exist. So it's like inventing a quote. And then when I look at their citation, I know it's fucking ridiculous.
Don't you actually get in trouble for that? I remember.
I mean, you would think so.
We'll see if they do.
There was a story about a.
I know there was
that was using ChatGPT.
Yeah. Yep. But is highly censurable and worthy of disciplinary measures. Shepard 3. In fact, Shepard dedicates a great deal of dicta to the role of the press in a criminal trial. A responsible press has always been regarded as the handmaiden of effective. Blah, 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 blah. And for that matter, Shepard also focuses on the role of criminal counsel. To our earlier point that, quote, the jury's verdict be based on evidence received in open court, not from outside sources, end quote, is inherently where the interplay between the First and Sixth Amendment lies. But again, this civil case is not covered by the Sixth Amendment. Plaintiff's next citation, the News Journal Corps v. Foxman, is similarly unconvincing because News Journal, too, regards the Sixth Amendment rights of the criminally accused. Quote, the News Journal particularly has been deficient in demonstrating its claimed First Amendment deprivation when it has been accorded its constitutional attendance and reporting rights and has not been directly limited in any manner by Judge Foxman's restrictive order designed to preserve the overriding Sixth Amendment right of the criminal defendants, in this case to an impartial jury. And in fact, it is an internal citation to News Journal that also fells plaintiff's reliance on United States of America v. Hernandez. Wait, oh shit. How old is this? I might have looked this one up. Is this where they... I swear to God, this is not proper. If this is the case that I looked up, they cited a case, but the citation that they made to the case was actually a citation in that case. Does that make sense?
The case was citing another case.
Like, it was...
It's like the Michael Scott.
That's exactly what I'm Googling. Yeah, it was this. Boom. So they were doing a citation of a case. Yes, I remember you going over that. Oh, did I do that on stream? Yeah. They were citing to a case, but when you looked at the citation in that case, the citation in that case was just a citation to another case. I wonder if that's what this references to here. And in fact, it is an internal citation to News Journal that also fells plaintiff's reliance on. Okay. Let's see. Plaintiff also cites this, but again, this is not a criminal matter, and a case involving the protection of grand jury testimony is entirely an opposite. Yeah, okay. In Hernandez, a court in this district initially imposed a gag order that directed the parties and their counsel to adhere to the Southern District of Florida local rule. The court modified sequestration order. Despite this order and following apparent comments made to the media by at least one witness, the court agreed to impose a gag order on the witnesses and added that this order will be specific in nature but will extend to the statements or information which is intended to influence public opinion or the jury regarding the merits of the case. In doing so, the court engaged in a lengthy analysis out of the First and Sixth Amendments, citing News Journal to state that the imposition of a gag order demands that the court balance two competing constitutional rights, specifically a trial participant's right to free speech under the First Amendment and a criminal defendant's right to a fair trial under the Sixth Amendment. The court then imposed a test analyzing whether there existed a substantial likelihood of prejudice to the court's ability to conduct a fair trial, whether the proposed order was narrow in scope, and whether the gag order was the least restrictive alternative for guarding against potential prejudice. One can readily conclude from this analysis that the Sixth Amendment is very specific in guaranteeing a criminal defendant the right to an impartial jury that a presiding court must enforce. Thus, the interplay between the First and Sixth Amendment will often cause one's First Amendment rights to be subordinated because, quote, there can be no question that a criminal defendant's right to a fair trial may not be compromised by commentary from any lawyer or party offered up for media consumption on the courthouse steps, end quote. But no matter how sensitive the subject matter here, this case does not involve any sort of criminal prosecution. By its text, the Seventh Amendment guarantees a civil litigant's right to a jury trial, not an impartial one. Now, this is by no means to suggest that civil litigants should be subject to rancorous juries. Rancorous? But the authors of these guarantees could have chosen to include the same right to an impartial jury in both the Sixth and Seventh Amendments, and they did not because the equities of a criminal prosecution demand this exacting standard. Hence, plaintiff's reliance on the Sixth Amendment line of case law is quite misplaced. In short, the First Amendment does not exist as an absolute right, or as an absolute. Rights push and pull against each other in criminal cases, that terrain, blah, 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 blah. That omission is meaningful in a case like this, even if purely for the sake of argument, we were trying to apply the test. We were to try and apply the test for prior restraint under this line of cases involving criminal matters because, quote, the Supreme Court and other courts of appeals have recognized a distinction between participants to the litigation and strangers to it, end quote. Or wait, that's not the other quote, sorry. Pursuant to which gag orders on trial participants are evaluated under a less stringent standard than gag orders on the press, end quote. plaintiff still cannot show an entitlement to a gag order under these circumstances. A gag order would, irrespective of any other element, need to be the least restrictive means of safeguarding the defendant's Sixth Amendment rights. As discussed above, in relation to plaintiff's Rule 26 argument, this is obviously not the case of plaintiff's request here and resulting proposed order. Again, plaintiff is asking us to impose a restrictive order on all trial participants that does the following. Yeah, it's a huge gag order they're asking for. And while we do understand, as indicated above, that the protective order governing discovery was not yet entered in this case when this motion was filed, this motion was also filed shortly after plaintiff's other motion requesting a protective order governing discovery. So plaintiff could have, for example, written a proposed gag order that did not overlap with what would be covered by a protective order governing discovery, but she did not. The now entered protective order governing discovery under Rule 26 addresses at least certain elements of her proposed gag order. And for that matter, the language plaintiff chose in her proposed gag order is quite up for interpretation. True. For example, in an adversarial setting, such as a civil litigation, it is not beyond the pale that one party takes exception to the writing of another and has a different view of what it would mean to mischaracterize the content of legal filings, albeit in a filing, and thus would not be subject to the proposed gag order. Plaintiff has accused defendant of exactly such mischaracterization in her reply here, which is nonetheless a public document. Even looking at the broad strokes terms of the request in her motion to restrict all trial participants from making harassing, intimidating, and derogatory public extrajudicial statements about the parties, the witnesses, and counsel, and from publicizing confidential alternate communications, that too is up for interpretation. In an adversarial setting, who is to say what one party or individual would view as, for example, derogatory without any further definition? This is also to say nothing of the limitation that the gag order apply to extrajudicial statements, generally without any real definition, other than it be a public statement, which could itself technically mean any statement made in a public forum of any kind, even if not to, for example, the press or via social media. For example, under one reading of the proposed order, a statement made by a trial participant to another trial participant in a public setting that they did not like the tie or shoes opposing counsel was wearing could be a violation of the gag order as being a disparaging public statement. In short, plaintiff's gag or proposed gag order presents far too many variables to be the least restrictive means of avoiding prejudice. Thus, even if we could apply the same test, as in Hernandez or Brown, again, both criminal cases not actually applicable here, plaintiff's request and proposed restrictive orders are not the least restrictive means available to safeguard against prejudice, or for that matter, narrowly tailored. In short, plaintiff's theory has no limiting principle. If Rule 26 and the court's inherent authority to ensure fair administration of justice together justify a prior restraint on extrajudicial speech in civil litigation, then every civil litigant with a public platform is subject to speech regulation the moment opposing counsel files the right motion. There is no constitutional backstop on that reading, no impartial jury right to provide the anchor, nor any threshold of prejudice necessary to juxtapose against an identifiable constitutional guarantee. That is precisely why courts have generally looked at the Sixth Amendment's weight before imposing such orders, and one that cannot shoulder the burden sought here. Accordingly, as plaintiff's proposed restrictive order would be an unconstitutional prior restraint of the First Amendment rights of all trial participants. Her motion, protective orders, denied. Okay. Cute. Okay. Damn. Yes. Oh, now we can edge for another 12 months waiting for the next one.
The judge just wants to see you, man, in person.
True.
Big fan, Steven.
They want to hang out.
The TLDR is that he doesn't have a gag order and he can say whatever he wants about the trial.
The motion in limine? Oh, is that our motion?
Yep. I think you're just asking them to not use a pseudonym.
That and to get rid of I think the Rose stuff and the Abby stuff. We're trying to exclude everything. Hell yeah.
But if the Abby stuff isn't there, then nothing's included, right? Like, they have nothing at that point.
Well, they could try to do the Rose stuff. But, I mean, it's outside of statute range, so they would have to find a weird way to bring it in range. Hold on. Let me see what I'm supposed to be in this call. Okay. This motion, this is the motion that we filed today. This motion concerns 3 discrete categories of evidence and argument the plaintiff has injected into this case for an improper purpose and should be excluded at trial. This omnibus motion in limine to preclude the following categories of argument and evidence, collectively the challenged evidence, on the grounds that each of these categories is irrelevant to any claim or defense, unduly prejudicial, and in several instances constitutes inadmissible hearsay or lacks prior authentication. Remember, these are just arguments that my litigation team is making. The judge or the court hasn't accepted these at all, but... One, evidence, testimony, or argumentation suggesting that Bonnell transmitted the video to a minor. Plaintiff's false allegation is absent from the amended complaint, has no bearing on any element of her claims, prejudices the jury, and is currently the subject of Bonnell's pending motion for Rule 11 sanctions. 2, the declaration, exhibit attached thereto, and future testimony or any or other purported evidence from non-party witness Abby MC. Plaintiff's counsel, who also represents Abby MC, obstructed Bonnell's access to her during discovery by, among other things, refusing to accept service of a subpoena on her behalf, and then providing undersigned counsel with a fake address for Abby MC. Ultimately, Bonnell was able to effect service of a subpoena on Abby MC, but she ignored it and failed to produce any of the requested materials. In support of her motion for a preliminary injunction, which the court denied, plaintiff filed a declaration from Abby MC that contains hearsay and uncorroborated testimony, and later submitted an unauthenticated exhibit from her. Plaintiff should be precluded from relying upon or introducing new evidence or testimony from Abby MC. 3, plaintiff's use of a pseudonym at trial. While pseudonymity may be permitted in limited circumstances during pretrial proceedings, its continued use before a jury would unfairly prejudice Bonnell, as it suggests without proving that plaintiff is deserving of some special status or protection as a victim. Legal standard. Evidence is inadmissible under Federal Rules of Evidence 401 and 403, where it does not make any fact of consequence more or less probable. I think probable, and instead invites unfair prejudice, confusion, or speculation. Evidence is relevant only if it has any tendency to make a fact more or less probable than it would be without the evidence, and the fact is of consequence in determining the action. Even relevant evidence may be excluded where its probative value is substantially outweighed by the danger of unfair prejudice, confusing the issues, misleading the jury, undue delay, or waste of time. Purported evidence or argument that Bonnell transmitted the video to a minor must be excluded. In her October 3rd, 2025 opposition to Bonnell's pending motion to dismiss, plaintiff falsely asserted that Bonnell transmitted the video to a minor. Plaintiff's demonstrably false allegation is absent from the complaint, and the operative amended complaint is contradicted by testimony and other evidence obtained during discovery and has no bearing on any of plaintiff's claims. Indeed, plaintiff and her counsel have been on notice of the falsity of their allegation since at least the October 23rd, 2025 deposition of third-party witness AH, when plaintiff discovered that the recipient of the video in April of 2022 was not a minor, but rather an adult male who goes by the screen name Solo. After plaintiff refused to retract the false allegation from her pleading during the safe harbor period, Bonnell filed a motion for Rule 11 sanctions. The 11th Circuit routinely excludes evidence that has minimal or no probative value, where its inclusion would divert attention away from primary issues in the case and risks confusing the jury. Even assuming, arguendo, some marginal relevance, any evidence of Bonnell's alleged transmission of the video to a minor must be excluded under Rule 403. Its probative value is substantially outweighed by the danger of unfair prejudice, confusion, and misleading the jury. Indeed, Rule 403 is specifically designed to prevent evidence of scant or cumulative probative force dragged in by the heels for the sake of its prejudicial effect. Here, the allegation that Bonnell transmitted the video to a minor and any argument or purported evidence pertaining to it is categorically and knowingly false. Even if it were true, it is not. Such an allegation has no bearing whatsoever on plaintiff's claims. Indeed, a claim under 15 U.S.C. 6851 requires only that the defendant knowingly disclosed an intimate image under circumstances giving rise to a reasonable expectation of privacy and resulting harm. The purported age of the alleged recipient is irrelevant, and any such evidence should be excluded. And then the next part is Abby MC's declaration, purported evidence, and future testimony from her must be excluded. Despite the plaintiff's counsel also represents Abby MC, Bonnell has been deprived of the opportunity to test, challenge, or even access Abby MC during discovery. For over 6 months, plaintiff and her attorneys repeatedly violated their obligations under Rule 26, obstructed Bonnell's access to their star witness, and now seek to rely exclusively on Abby MC to establish subject matter jurisdiction and liability in this case. Plaintiff cannot have it both ways. Exclusion is warranted under Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 26 and 37, where a party seeks to rely on evidence from a witness who was not made available for discovery. Courts in this circuit consistently preclude such evidence to prevent unfair prejudice and trial by ambush. Deciding cases. This is obviously the case. Further, exclusion is justified where a party interferes with access to a non-party witness whom they control or otherwise contributes to the opposing party's inability to obtain discovery. Although as part of her Rule 26 initial disclosures, plaintiff identified Abby MC as a potential witness and submitted a declaration from her in support of plaintiff's motion for a preliminary injunction. Plaintiff's counsel made it exceedingly difficult for Bonnell to test the statements contained in Abby MC's declaration. Over the course of several months, plaintiff's attorneys first refused to accept service of a subpoena on behalf of their client or provide Abby MC's contact information. Then, only after being pressed, plaintiff's counsel provided a fake address for Abby MC. Worse, Abby MC admitted during a live stream she posted on or about September 8th, 2025, that plaintiff's counsel advised her to continue evading service of process while continuing to submit evidence. When Bonnell was finally able to serve Abby MC with a subpoena just prior to the close of discovery, she ignored the subpoena and failed to produce any documents responsive thereto. Because service was effectuated fewer than 30 days before the close of discovery, Bonnell lacked a meaningful opportunity to move to compel before the discovery deadline expired. Plaintiff should not be permitted to benefit from her own delay and obstruction, preventing Bonnell to move to compel within the discovery period. Footnote here. Plaintiff asserted the attorney-client privilege and work product doctrine as grounds for refusing to produce requested communications with Abby MC. However, a witness's location, contact information, and counsel's communications regarding compliance with a subpoena are not protected from disclosure. Nice. How is that illegal for a lawyer? Yeah, I think I've said this before, but they ended up, Joan ended up retaining every single person that we deposed. She ended up representing every single person.
It's fucking nuts.
It is. It's fucking retarded. Yep. And that was so that they could assert attorney-client privilege when we were deposing them and asking questions. Like, oh, attorney-client privilege, you can't ask it.
There's no way that's going to work, man.
Let's see. And then the Abby MC exhibit is not authenticated, constitutes inadmissible hearsay, and lacks probative value. The Abby MC exhibit constitutes a self-serving and unauthenticated text message, purportedly from Abby MC to an unidentified third party, dated November 3rd, 2023, wherein Abby MC supposedly wrote, I have videos of him, Bonnell, fucking Cherry, and Pixie, like Limpheo. He just sent me another one, haven't opened it. As an initial matter, the Abby MC exhibit constitutes an out-of-court statement offered for the truth of the matter asserted, namely that Bonnell allegedly transmitted the video to her, and is therefore inadmissible hearsay with no application exception, or no applicable exception. Further, the purported message lacks probative value and fails altogether to establish that Bonnell transmitted the video to Abby MC, or if he did, when. The exhibit is unauthenticated, contains no information from which the recipient of the message can be identified, is ambiguous as to the content Abby MC allegedly received, and provides no evidence as to the existence or timing of such a transmission. At most, the exhibit reflects Abby MC's own characterization of what she believed she possessed, not evidence that Bonnell actually transmitted the video to her. Abby MC's declaration and unauthenticated exhibit does not come close to establishing that Bonnell transmitted the video to her at all. Due to plaintiff's obstruction, Bonnell was deprived of the opportunity to test her challenge. Oh shit, they should have mentioned in here too that at the preliminary injunction hearing, Pixie admitted that they had no evidence that I'd ever sent anything to Abby as well. She said that in their hearing. But, okay.
Ask for a refund.
Plaintiff should not be permitted to proceed using a pseudonym at trial. Wait. Never actually. Join at 4:55. Okay, 4 minutes. Plaintiff's continued use of a pseudonym at trial would unfairly prejudice Bonnell and undermine the integrity of the proceedings. Courts in the circuit have recognized that pseudonymity is not automatically appropriate at trial and often must be revisited as proceedings advance. Here, permitting plaintiff to proceed under a pseudonym at trial would unfairly prejudice Bonnell. Proceeding anonymously risks conferring plaintiff an improper advantage by suggesting that she is indeed a victim, enhancing the perceived legitimacy or sensitivity of her claims, and simultaneously impairing Bonnell's ability to present a full and fair defense. It is plaintiff who chose to file a federal lawsuit publicly accusing Bonnell of despicable conduct and breaking the law, destroying Bonnell's reputation of the process. Bonnell should be given the same opportunity to publicly confront his accuser at trial. The case for anonymity is further undermined by plaintiff's own public-facing conduct. Plaintiff is not a private individual seeking to litigate sensitive matters outside of public view. She is a public-facing online personality who has appeared under the moniker in Pixie in widely viewed YouTube debates and other public forums, garnering millions of views. By voluntarily placing herself and her identity into the public sphere, plaintiff cannot credibly claim the same level of privacy interest typically invoked to justify pseudonymity. Moreover, plaintiff's own conduct throughout this litigation warrants an order requiring her to proceed using her legal name. From the outset of this litigation, plaintiff has publicly discussed this case and its subject matter through a variety of platforms, including Substack, X, formerly Twitter, and the fundraising website GiveSendGo, which is linked directly to her numerous public posts. Indeed, plaintiff originally posted her GiveSendGo fundraiser using her legal name, publicly associating herself with this case and her allegations against Bonnell. For months after filing the suit, plaintiff repeatedly posted online about this lawsuit, encouraged donations, and commented on the court's rulings. At a minimum, the court should require plaintiff to make a renewed, particularized showing supported by competent evidence that anonymity remains warranted under the heightened scrutiny applicable at this trial stage. Absent such a showing, plaintiff should be ordered to proceed under her true legal identity. For the foregoing reasons, Bonnell respectfully requests the court exclude the challenged evidence as described herein. Okay. And then today should be their motion and liminees due as well. Theirs is going to be fun to read. Oh boy.
What is theirs?
If it's anything like what we were chatting about, I think they're literally trying to exclude like every single potential argument and every single potential thing they could say.
Oh,
it's going to be a bunch of that. Yeah. But we'll see. The motion in limine. This is basically where you say these are this is like evidence or things that I don't think should be brought up in trial at court. You're not allowed to bring these things up. Is what you file for. It's exclusions, I guess, of evidence or whatever. Well, anything else, Mooten?
No, I don't have anything. I mean, this is interesting. I'm glad the judge is looking at your case again.
I think this means you should expect a flurry of rulings over the next few days.
Yeah,
one tomorrow, one the day after that.
I guess if he's picked it up again, right?
I mean, it's like programming. When you get in,
if you pick it up, like, are you really going to pick it up for one motion?
Yeah, and then like have to relearn all of it.
Exactly.
No, he's in it now. He's in it.
Based. Why does she want to go under Jane Doe? For two reasons. One is because she's a child and thinks that like she wants her real life name not to be attached to any of the retarded shit she does online, which is stupid when it comes to suing people in court. And then two is because then she could try to get me in trouble if I ever bring up her name. So it just gives them an extra thing to motion practice at me for. Yeah, but okay. Well, I'll be back in about an hour and a half, I think, maybe 6:30. So be careful. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.